Hi guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Leo for July 2020. Keep in mind it's a general message. Take what you feel resonates for you on a soul level and disregard the rest, my friends. As well as no matter what messages do come through, it's still up to you on how you integrate them, the choices you make, and the steps you take in this world to get your fulfillment. And to me, that's personal freedom, my friends. So I'm just going to take a moment to call in spirit. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, and Goddess Isis to join us to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible and delivering only the messages for the highest good of those of you watching, as well as the most far-reaching. So I just want to take a moment to thank you all for being here, especially my subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. At the end, if you feel like this resonates, please join the tribe with me, hit subscribe, and let me encounter your energy more often. And as well, happy birthday for all of you Leos celebrating your birthday this month, and happy early birthday for you guys. It is almost your season, and I feel like you guys should be feeling loud and proud right now and really starting to feel that lion energy, as well as we are encountering the Lionsgate portal this month. So I believe it's around like the 8/8 portal. I'm not exactly sure on that. If it is something that's interesting to you though, look it up. But the Lionsgate is very powerful every single year. And I feel like this year it's to bring a lot of powerful changes. So I'm going to start off first with a message from Life Oracle by Mario Dugue. And just get an overarching energy for some spiritual advice this month on what Spirit would have us know early on. Please, Spirit, for the sign of Leo, please. For July 2020, what would you have the sign of Leo know? Most important energy. Okay, so a few flipped over, and we'll take those. And the bottom is beyond. I rise above the worldly illusions of fear. I always have the choice of how to live each step of my life. I therefore choose to live each situation in the light by turning my thoughts towards God. By living beyond the illusions of the material world, I enter into simplicity and peace. I feel like this is a really good message to start off with. You also have I reap what I sow, the inner alchemist, wow, awareness, and truth. Before I get into that though, this isn't necessarily just God. If the word God kind of bugs you, think of this as spirit, source. But this is also saying that we are going to rid ourselves in fear-based illusions on how we think that we can move forward, how we are expected to live. For some of you as well, I hear like this is the mass media, this is the world at large right now. Depending on where you are in the world as well, there's a lot of fear concerning we're during a pandemic right now. There's fear concerning that. There's fear mongering happening as well, I feel like. And for some of us, it can be really debilitating. And I feel like this is really important for you to remember that you have a choice on how you can live. You can live in fear, or you can choose to rise above that fear. And that's not easy necessarily, but it's going to take day-to-day steps. And it's going to take you being very aware and conscious in each decision you make. If you're feeling afraid, ask yourself, am I feeling this because of something that is a legitimate concern, or am I feeling afraid because if you're empathic, you may be feeling a lot of the collective fear around us, but as well as we do have definitely a lot of media. I'm going to leave that there for a minute. Being aware though, okay? I am opening my consciousness to my true self. I choose to be here, to grow, to free myself from conflict, and to discover who I really am. I let go of the world of illusion and the limitations that the material world imposes on me in order to elevate my being towards the eternal light. I seek to improve myself as I explore the wonderful being that I am. We also have truth here. The truth is found within me. I listen to this divine force that comes from my inner self. When I put aside my controlling mind, I discover all the answers I'm looking for. I am in harmony with myself, and I welcome the love of God, the power that will guide me towards my fullest shining radiance. For some of this, any fear-based mentalities, any fear-based doctrines, anything that would have us kind of feeling more powerless, For some of this as well, as this is the wider social and political structures around us and environments around us that could be imposing fear as well. And I feel like this is important just to remind ourselves that we get to choose. We have that right. We get to evolve. We don't have to remain stagnant. We don't have to remain stuck in one place. We can move, and we can move freely. I keep being taken back to this fear, and if it is in terms of pandemic, you can only do what you can do, right? You can take the precautions to keep yourself and your family safe, and outside of that, it's one of these things that we really need to surrender the fear surrounding that, because fear can really weaken our immune system as well. So we want to make sure that we are vibrating at a high vibration, is what I'm hearing with this, as well as really trusting yourself with the truth and knowing that if you are having high anxiety, be aware of it, right? Was there something that triggered you? For a really long time, I couldn't go on social media because every time I was on social media, I got triggered. And this is not about me, but I feel like this could help some of you if that part resonated, because it would trigger me into this fear mentality again. And one of the things is, if you're going about your day and you're completely fine until you click on social media, maybe it's time to stay off of social media. If you're putting the news on and you feel great until you watch the news and all the devastation in the world, or all of the fear, all of the collective energy that you're going to be absorbing, if you feel that, turn it off, okay? Whatever you're watching, whatever you're reading, be very aware in that and how you feel, and if it's resonating for you or if it is just helping perpetuate a cycle of fear. We have I reap what I sow here, and the Alchemist. I'm going to read the Alchemist first because I feel like this is important. Once you see beyond the illusions of fear, beyond the illusions of you being limited to this world even, yes, we have physical limitations around us, but you can actively meditate. If you're needing guidance, you can put all of your care, all of your worry over to Spirit. You can ask for guidance as well, and you can see the truth within yourself. When you set aside, like it says, the controlling mind, you're going to discover the answers that you're looking for. And for some of you, if I triggered you with the social media, use that awareness, right? How does it trigger you? Why do you think it triggers you? Some of you may even want to journal about this. And how can you use this information in your day-to-day to bring positive change in your world? Because you are the master of your universe. I can create my own light. Like the alchemist, I have in me all the powers necessary to build a life filled with joy and harmony. Through clear and positive thoughts, words, and deeds, I create my own happiness. As the alchemist transforms lead into gold, it is now up to me to use this inner magic to transform myself. And we also get this last one, I reap what I sow. We all have heard that what goes around comes around. What you put out comes back to you. The energy you put forward, Spirit sees that. It's not forgotten. You may think sometimes that the gratification or the reward may seem delayed, or it's not coming, it's not time, it's just not here, but everything happens in divine timing for divine reasons. And these are also one of the things that focusing on growth is important for as well. Rather than doing things to expect reward, we're doing things for our personal growth, to help other people, not necessarily looking on what can we gain, unless this is financial. For some of you as well, you could be looking for some financial situations, financial or could be financial burdens or financial upheavals, what I heard. And it's like the energy you put out into that, one of the things you can do is sort of reiterate to yourself, abundance flows freely to me now. I ask the universe to help obliterate any blocks to financial abundance and financial freedom coming to me, if that's one of the things that is a problem. And this is also where the inner alchemist comes in, as with our positive affirmations, we can really make a lot of changes in our energy field as well. And if negative thoughts, negative energies are coming around you, you can just ask, please, energy, be released. If you have any selenite as well, kind of surround yourself in white light. If you don't have selenite, that's fine. You can still imagine yourself in white light. But any stone that helps you, that you feel healed with, kind of just cleanse your energy aura with it. as well as I'm hearing Reiki for some of you. You may want to even look online. There's a lot of Reiki channels. I myself subscribe to a channel called Divine White Light, and I really like, they have a lot of Reiki on there and healing sessions. So absolutely free too, right? For anybody interested. I reap what I sow. I am aware of all that I create around me. Sooner or later, all that I do and all that I think comes back to me in some way. Be it positive or negative, I will reap the fruits of what I have sown. Therefore, I abundantly fill my life with light and love. For all the seeds of light I sow, I will harvest the greatest richness. For some of you as well, I'm being drawn to her. She seems pregnant. For some of you, there may also be pregnancy. There may be babies on the way. And if there's fear associated with that, hand that over to God, hand that over to Spirit, hand that over to Source, Archangel Michael. Any fears with that, talk to your doctor as well. Just get informed, as informed as you can. Take Lamaze, do those kinds of things. Have a support network around you. If you're afraid that you're not going to have that, reach out to people and just make sure ahead of time that they will support you if you need it. Help calm your nerves. That's just for some of you guys. Before I move into tarot, I'm going to ask a message from it's called the Self-Care Oracle, and they're pretty cool here. I'm going to ask some messages just on how we can help integrate this, because I feel like that's asking you a lot. If there's fear, how can we help remove fear, please, Spirit? Thank you. So there's 2. Sweet treat. So in this, she's baking. There is not just candy, okay? There's candy, there's strawberries, there's fruit. I feel like this is also nourishing, and we're going to get a little bit off of that one. And we also get number 50. So number 5, it says change is coming, my friends. 5, 5, 5. If you allow it, major change can come. If we choose not to allow that change to come, if we fight it tooth and nail, the changes will be a lot less happy for us. They will be a lot less easy. There's another card here that's saying it needs us, and it says plan a vacation. For some of you, even just getting out in your water or going an hour outside of your town or your city might be really invigorating, might be really energizing as well. So in order to help remove yourself from fear, enjoy the food that you eat. Get some fruit and vegetables that are delicious into you. Savor them as well. Write a gratitude list. Write down what are the things that you're thankful for in this world that you already have. What makes you thankful to be alive? What makes you thankful to be here? And you'll find that the more we focus on what we're grateful for, the less we're going to focus on what we don't have, the less we're going to focus on what we're fearful of. And we have the power to rise above that fear. This plan of vacation as well could be really important, because if you're stuck in the same stagnant environment, many of us have had to shelter in place. We've been stuck in one spot. You can socially distance, go places, and go see and explore nature without having really to interact with people. So maybe that's something that you might want to do. Take a hike. Go somewhere that's just different scenery to get your mind off of things as well. So I'm going to grab a message from Sweet Treat. I mean, it seems obvious, but the mantra here is, life is sweet to me. Indulging in a sweet treat every once in a while, so that it remains truly special, can be so good for the soul. This is not the time to restrict calories. This is about treating yourself to something delightful. Head to your favorite bakery, pick up something tasty, or ask a friend or family member for a special recipe that you can help make at home. Set an intention and infuse good energy into your sweet creation. Treat the process of making it and eating it like a sacred ritual. Whether you eat it alone or share it with loved ones, before you take that first bite, say a prayer to express your gratitude for the nourishment and joy it will provide. Be sure to savor every second and keep your mind clear while eating it so you can experience it mindfully. And if you were wanting to journal, a prompt that you could use is, what is your favorite food to indulge in? What does it remind you of? And how does it make you feel? When we're experiencing fear, when we're going through very uncertain times, a lot of us may choose to bake, may choose to Eat things that make us happy. And with this inner alchemist, this is also asking you to set your intentions. Again, treat this as a sacred ritual. You reap what you sow when you put gratitude out into the world, when you are thankful for the food that you have, when you know life is sweet and I get to enjoy this, when you make it something everyday things, even when we say thank you at the dinner table to the person who prepared it, for spirit, for the animal, for the food on our plate, when we're grateful for that, it's ingested, and I feel like ingesting gratefulness into our world as well. So with this, if you are feeling like you need to relax, set out what you're grateful for. Enjoy the things in this world that are sweet, regardless of whether it's actually food or not. For some of you, if you are pregnant, I'm hearing watch how much you're eating. Okay, like it said, everything in moderation. Okay, but you may just want to get away for a little while, change the scenery up, get a different environment. And the bottom of the deck is connect with animals. So if you have any animals, if you want to even just get out into nature, this may be really, really therapeutic. A lot of times our cats or dogs, they know when we need a little extra loving, and they come over and they give it. That kind of unconditional love, I heard it can be really freeing for our soul as well. So spend some time with your animals if you have them. Be grateful for everything in the world that you have. I'm also being drawn to the moon cycles right here. Know that everything happens for a reason and a season, and nothing will ever stay the same forever. Things will always change. And here, this 555, there's definite changes coming. I feel like just be aware of where you feel, if there's power you feel being lost, if you feel fearful, take the time, count yourself, maybe 5 deep breaths, collect your energy so that you can kind of move out of that. I'm going to bring a message now from the Wildwood Tarot. So I'll put these up, have a little bit more room, and see what messages we have from the tarot today, please. So this is the Wildwood, and this is for Leo, please, for the sign of Leo. You have the moon here. It was in the reverse, the moon on the water. There may be something hidden still from you, or you may feel like there's illusions. Let's see here. What about this moon, please? Okay. I love this card. The Four of Swords is about rest, and this is a beautiful swallowtail butterfly, and I feel like this is important because he's not dead. The arrows are not in him, but you know what? Sometimes, oh my gosh, I heard you guys, sometimes you gotta play dead for a little while. There may be actions taken, or you taking actions where you're not maybe forthcoming about it. I heard manifesting as well. Let's find out. But the Four of Swords is about rest, is about, you know what, if your body's tired, take the rest you need. Eating the foods that you enjoy, writing out gratitude lists, and planning a vacation, those in themselves are rest, even though it may not be actually laying down. This might be, even things that, there may be things that you haven't done in a while that your subconscious mind really enjoys doing, or you really enjoy doing. Excuse me. And I feel like this is really important, to do the things that you enjoy doing that help you feel rested and replenished. Because you could get as much sleep as you want, but if you don't do the things that feed your soul with happiness, you're going to still feel maybe a little bit depleted. Let's find out more about this moon, please. I also heard distortions. That's too much. But I do want to show you the bottom was the Fool. I feel like it's important to make jumps and to take chances. I'm hearing Miss Frizzle. Get messy, make mistakes, take chances, right, in this world. If we do not take chances, new things won't come. Sometimes change is messy. Okay, I want to show you this because they're showing me it again. Do you see how this moon is larger than life? We have Taurus, we've got a crane, there's some birds in the background, and this water is moving quite swiftly. I don't feel like it's very deep. You can see the pebbles underneath it. You can also see the grass underneath it. So there may be stuff not so hidden not so far under the surface, or maybe stuff that you're already aware of. And this moon looks a lot distorted here. There may be places to see, is there somewhere in my world that I have a distorted view on things? That could be, again, fear, the way that mass media is projected onto us. Even the news media, nothing is ever unbiased. You need to look at the information that's being presented to you and see where is the bias that is being presented from. So I'm feeling like also you may need to allow things to slow down a little bit with this rest for you to be able to see the bigger picture. Okay, what else would you have? I almost said Taurus because the Taurus is here, the bull. You may have Taurus. There may be a Taurus in your life as well. I believe the moon is the ruling planet of Cancer as well. And we are in Cancer season currently. There may be emotions that are hidden as well. So get your rest so that you're not bombarded with them. Okay. What else would you have? Okay, so we have a bunch that came out upright, and I put the ones that were not back. First, you have the Ace of Bows, Spark of Life. You need to get your rest so that you're going to be ready for whatever new life has to offer. Because if you see this bow, that is fresh, right? Fresh spark of life, fresh fire. There may be something with this dedication and Nine of Swords that has taken you a really long time, either to wrap your head around, to get it straight, to get it right. We also have the Nine of Stones here, and this particular one is about tradition. If you can see, he also has the moon, huge, big, and bright in the background, illuminating behind him. He's connecting with nature. He's connecting with spirit. He also has a snake in his hand, wearing ceremonial headdress is what we'll put it. I feel like this headdress as well is also symbolic to connecting to the heavens. This also almost reminds me of like a traditional wise man. There could be something, it's like gestation is what I heard. It could be something that's going on and has been going on a really long time, but something's about to change in your life for the better. There's something that's going to happen or has started to happen that maybe has started to pique your interest. Let's find out about this Ace of Bows, please, Spirit. For July 2020. What's this Ace of Bows? You get 10 of Bows that has fallen on the 9 of Stones and the 9 of Arrows. So 9 of Pentacles, 9 of Arrows. A lot of times this 9 of Swords or 9 of Arrows is about nightmares, about sleepless nights, about frustrations being in your mental space. And I feel like this one with the 10 of Bows, it's like the hard times are almost over. I also heard taking responsibility for your desires, but you have the Ace of Bows and the 10 of Bows here. So if there's something that's been going on a really long time, if it's been frustrating, again, it may be something that's kind of hidden under the subconscious a little bit, or it doesn't bother you all the time, but we are in Mercury retrograde, so things like that kind of sneak in every once in a while to be like, hey, there's some unhealed parts of you that we want to acknowledge. I feel like this is important that you get the Ace of Bows and the 10 of Bows, because it's saying, you know what? It's okay to start new. You can heal. You can change. You don't have to be the same person you were 10 years ago, 10 minutes ago even. You have the opportunity to take responsibility for your own life, pick up those sticks, get them up that hill, drop them. You're done. And it's time to move on to something brand new and something that's going to be a little bit more fulfilling to your life. Thank you. The Fool come out again, so that's good. We have the Fool. We have the 9. This is 3 9s. 999. Definitely gestation. Definitely something coming to a head, I feel like. And you also have the Ace of Arrows. So breath of fresh air. That's 2 aces. 2 brand new starts. 3 9s. Right? So I feel like I heard time's up. This 9 of Bows is often the wounded warrior, and this one, he's about respect. You've earned your respect. You have the 9 of Bows. You have, where does it go? Then the Ten of Bows, right? Because this guy's been in the bush maybe a long time, had to work really hard for everything that he's had, and has still made it out alive regardless of whatever he's had to endure. I also see here, I'm not sure if it's a trap or if it's like a makeshift shelter. He's had to survive on his own for quite a while, and that kind of thing, it's like it can wear to you and get to you, but I feel like that's really important to use whatever you have learned throughout your time. It may have been difficult. You may have felt like you're shooting arrows into the dark, and every time you try to land one, it's not really working. But here's where it's like, but all of that pays off eventually, and I heard in the future as well, because it's time to make a leap. It's time to make a jump, an educated decision, and not to wait too long to cross this rainbow. I also heard like careless, carefree. It may take some new thoughts. There may be even like a thought process that started because of a new idea. This could be a new hobby as well, something that piques your interest, that gets you thinking a little bit differently and makes you want to change direction and take a step into a different direction. And you have the bottom here, the Knight of Stones and the Horse. And usually the Knight of Stones or Pentacles, they're slow moving knights, but this is a friggin' horse galloping and charging. I feel like you've had enough stagnation and you've had enough unable to move. Now is your time. Now is your time to take everything you've learned, all the culmination of all of that, and move forward in your world. So however it manifests for you. I'm gonna bring one last message before I let you guys go from the Isis Oracle. And get some parting advice, please, Spirit. Because there is something good coming. There is something great coming. It may already be here. And it means that it could be this planned adventure, too. Could spark new interest, spark new life, make you feel alive again, even, is what I heard. So, Spirit, I'm going to call in Isis again. Spirit of Isis, Goddess Isis. What do you have for anyone watching this? You get the Divine Guardian, protection of the Winged Mother. She's here. Isis is here all the way, protecting you. And they want me to look at the bottom. Flower of Life. And the Lunar Queen. She of the Celestial Crescent. That's big, because we got the moon here. And the moon often represents feminine energy as well. The divine feminine energy. You also have the moon behind you with the Flower of Life here as well. This is divine creativity and manifestation. It could be a conversation that sparks something new. It could be, again, a thought. But whatever, if you're getting inspiration that you feel you can't shake, that you feel is divinely inspired, listen to that and go with it and allow yourself to create. I'm feeling like, don't get bogged down with, what's the word, pessimism, but also with perfectionism and being like, oh, I can't move forward with what I'm thinking of because it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. Nobody's perfect. And it's kind of like this writing a first draft. Get the first draft out and you can always fix it. You can always go back and rethink it. But gestation, 3 9s, time is of the essence is what I heard. I'm going to pause you real quick and come back for this one. Okay, guys, I'm back. I felt the need to bring in this little angel numbers book for the number 999. This is a message signifying completion of an important chapter in your life, and now it's time to get to work without procrastination on your next life chapter. This number sequence is like an alarm clock ringing loudly in order to jolt you into working on your life purpose. And to save some time, I grabbed the message for the Winged Mother here. And it says, you are venturing through a time of significant spiritual growth and healing. There are many changes occurring internally, and they will be reflected in your external world soon also. You are protected during these times by the love of the strength of the Winged Mother, Lady Isis. You can relax and allow your transformation to happen. Let your divine guardian protect you now as you learn to let go and trust in the unfoldment of the greatest good. Trust. Give your worries over to Spirit. Release any fears of whatever this is of your success and move ahead accordingly because you are protected to do so, and I feel like you are destined to do so. That's what I have for you guys. I love you all. I hope you have a wonderful month, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.